We often talk about the fear of losing Padme being one of the biggest reasons Anakin turned to the dark side, but we also have to remember Attack of the Clones did a lot to show us the beginning of that path, losing his mother, lashing out against the Tusken Raiders. But something we don't talk about enough is the pain and regret Darth Vader felt in regards to not being able to save her. Years and years later, he still agonized over it. And in Darth Vader issue number 19, we see Vader truly lament, but also use his mother's death as a weapon. In the comic, we see that even on important missions, Darth Vader suffered PTSD flashbacks to both Padme and Shmi. We see a more somber version of him saying goodbye to his mother, and then another flashback to Shmi's grave, where Anakin kneeled in episode 2 and said, "I wasn't strong enough to save you, Mum, but I promise I won't fail again." And oftentimes in Vader's meditation chamber, he would be haunted by memories of his mother. But we never actually see this on screen, and so I decided to dramatize a version of what this might have been like. Here we go.
Annie?
Mother,
My little Annie,
you're just a vision.
what have you become?
I have become more powerful, and I have brought peace to the entire galaxy.
You were always strong and powerful, but how could you have become this?
I am no longer the boy you once knew. Anakin is gone. I am what remains.
You can lie to me, my son, but not yourself. Remember, I raised you.
But then you died. I promised I would free you. I wasn't strong enough to save you, but I slaughtered the monsters who killed you.
You still see her in your dreams, don't you?
Who?
The girl you once called an angel.
Believe me, I wish that I could just wish away my feelings. If you're suffering as much as I am, please tell me.
You're going down a path I can't follow.
Let her go.
Enough of this. I wanted to save you. To save everyone I cared about.
You were just a boy. There was nothing you could have done.
Nothing I could have done? No. I've built this power to protect the galaxy, to bring order.
But Anakin, at what cost? How many have suffered because of the path that you chose?
I don't expect you to understand. The Jedi, they lied to me, used me. I was powerless in their hands. Everyone I loved was taken from me.
So you became what they feared? Annie, I never wanted you to be consumed by hate.
Hate was all I had left. It is all that keeps me whole.
But you are not whole, Anakin. You've been broken, chained to this anger. This darkness is only trapping you further.
If I turn back, what remains? I've done things, terrible things, Mother. There is no redemption for me.
You still have a choice, my son. There is always light, even in the darkest places. You were born to bring balance. You were meant for so much more than this.
I can't.
But you were always stronger than fear, Anakin. You have something the Emperor will never have. A heart.
It's too late for me, Mother.
If that's what you believe, then perhaps it is. But my love will always be with you, Anakin. I know there is still good in you. She did too.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had the privilege of working with a couple of really talented folks to bring that conversation to life. and it really gets to the pain that Darth Vader was constantly in. It's often said that to some the Empire brought hope, to others, fear, but to Vader, it brought nothing but pain. You know, we often talk about the transition between Anakin in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith and his turn to the dark side. We often talk about the perspective that to at least some extent, the Jedi were responsible, not helping him manage his feelings, his frustrations, not just towards the death of his mother, but his attachment to Padme, his possessiveness, and the frustrations he felt not being granted the rank of Master. But we don't often consider how his mother would have seen it, if she were alive. But this is something I've been thinking about basically for years. But something which really prompted me to want to make this video in the first place was Darth Vader issue number 23. It's when Vader comes across Anakin's childhood friends. Obviously they don't know it's him, but it's heartbreaking because Vader is truly taken aback. He doesn't know how to respond, and his actions speak to something deeper inside him that wants to help them. In the previous issue, Vader confronted Sabe, one of Padme's former handmaidens, who worked out Anakin and Vader are one and the same. In this issue, Vader acts in a way that is so unexpected. Instead of punishing Sabe, he joins forces with her on a mission to liberate settlers on Gabrador 3. Upon landing there, Vader was astonished to see two of his childhood friends, all grown up, Kitster and Wald, and they were among the settlers who were in need of assistance. Kitster, Wald and the settlers don't have a functioning ship, but they've put together whatever scraps they could find and made a sort of pod racer, and in front of Vader they say, quote, "A healthy dollop of nostalgia from the old homeworld of Tatooine." They're talking about the pod racing days. Wald says, "We don't actually have the driving skills to really crank it like we did back in the day, but it's very pretty, isn't it?" Vader then looks into their eyes, and something seems a bit familiar, so he asks them, "What are your names?" "I'm Kitster." "I'm Wald." Vader is stunned. He even surprises the rebels. He can't speak. He just continues staring, not saying anything, as his life flashes before his eyes. He remembers these two from when he was a boy. "Can we do anything for you, sir?" Kitster says, confused at why the Sith Lord has stopped talking. Vader moves away from them and changes the conversation, but the effect these two had on him was profound. He wasn't expecting it. He was so taken aback. Vader actually tries to avoid talking to them the entire issue, and by the end he walks away and lets them live, insisting they must follow Sabe's orders. It's moments like this, I would say cameos like this, that make some of the Star Wars Vader comics the best. But what do you guys think? Share your thoughts on all of today's video. I hope you enjoyed the dramatization. Share your thoughts down below. Subscribe if you're new. Check me out on socials. And may the Force be with you, always.